Hello, this is Greg Allison with Green Greg's coming to you on the 23rd of September 2020, for closing hours of the day, to tell you about the latest in the area of China and the People's Republic of China and its threats against the Republic of China, aka Taiwan, and even U.S. military bases on Guam. And I'm going to start this off with telling you that there has been for decades a line of a medium, what was known as a median line in the Strait of Taiwan between China and the People's Republic of China and Taiwan. And this was called, like I said, the median line. It was never an official line. It was a line that each side recognized as a sort of gentleman's agreement that they would approach each side, and if they got too close, they would veer away. Maybe a few occasions they veered over into it and got out. And this was to keep things from escalating. It was just kind of understood this middle distance between the two entities, being the Republic of China and the People's Republic of China, aka Taiwan, was right in the middle center of the Taiwan Strait. But that is no more, and the tensions now shall soar. And we're going to go into that in a second. First, I'm going to tell you, I cover these kind of reports to keep your eyes wide open and head on a swivel. So if you follow me, you might be a swivel head. You should be. Because the times we're in are more than interesting. We're having strife, even tonight in Louisville, Kentucky. Here in the United States, we're having strife, very big strife. And there's strife internationally. This is time to get ready, time to prepare. We have elections coming up. We have strife over an appointment of a Supreme Court Chief Justice. There is so much going on in the world today that you have to have your eyes wide open and head on. So just to have some idea when it might hit, to get ready, to be prepared, and you need to be as prepared as you can. And in that venue, I would tell you, please do consider supporting you and your family. They're going to things like prepwithgreg.com. Uh-oh, what happened here? Did I lose the internet? Anyway, go to prepwithgreg.com. Yeah, sometimes my internet falls out. Prepwithgreg.com, we have a special with 4-week supply of food for $100 off. That's 25-year food. It lasts a long time. And it has 2,000 calories per day for 4 weeks. It's an excellent deal. Right now, the price has been $127. Maybe just a server down. And you can really take care of your family and yourself with this. It's a very portable food. It comes in easy to carry buckets. Get it while the getting's good. We just don't know how long it's going to last, because right now, because of floods in China, Chinese people are in a pickle. They're hungry. They're not going to be able to feed themselves. They're importing massive amounts. That's going to increase food prices in the world. We've had other challenges with our productions here with the Derrichco, however you say that, that we just had up in, in Iowa and other states in the Midwest. We're getting a lot of rains hitting us right now. So this is one side I can load for some reason. I've got also, you better plant and grow your own food. The True Leaf Market, great seeds. You need heirloom seeds for your garden where you can replant, open or pollinate, whatever you want to call it. So you can replant and get the same thing back. You can get these here with True Leaf Market, and you can grow microgreens in your house. This is wonderful because not only can you get these seeds, but they will tell you how to grow them. You can grow these in your living room like I do, or in your kitchen on the counter. It's excellent choices there. But I'll stop this share just for a second, because I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to show you a video that's going to astonish you, or parts of a video. So what happened? A Chinese spokesman for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Wang Wenbin, said that there is no longer a median line. He said the median line does not exist. And that leads for new escalations and provocations between the People's Republic of China, and even the United States, because we've also sailed through this Chinese Strait. And the People's Republic of China is claiming it all for their own. As you know, I've done a video recently telling the tale of 2 Chinas. Each are Chinese people. Now, in both countries, there are good people, good, smart people with good hearts. But the governments are a whole different matter. The Republic of China, Taiwan, has a democratic republic, much like the United States, very much like our country. The people are openly elected, and the people are happy with their government. And they are quite far apart from the Republic of China. Some of our students seem to aspire toward for some strange reason. Anyway, so what's happened? Not only have they declared this line invalid, we just sent Under Secretary of State, a U.S. envoy to Taiwan just last week. He was there on the 18th, and his name was Keith Crotch. And he was there for the funeral memorial services of the founder of the current Democratic Republic of Taiwan. You know, he brought democracy to the Republic of Taiwan. You know, it's really something republic. But his name was Li Ting Ho, or who. Yeah, pardon me if I murder the Mandarin names. My redneck Mandarin is a bit rusty, if you will, please. Thank you. And of course, he was also meeting with the current president of Taiwan. And again, pardon my redneck Mandarin, but Tsai Ing-wen. Hope I got that close. Pardon me, ma'am, if I didn't. So, you know, I did a recent video in which I said, hey, I am Taiwanese. You know, in the spirit of JFK. Yes. So, as y'all may recall, that when he was there, the Chinese People's Republic of China, their People's Liberation Army, the PLA, which is marches to the orders of the people of the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, they sent 32 fighter jets around Taiwan on 2 occasions, principally on the 18th of September. And they sent 4 bombers. And they sent 1 or 2, I think it was on 2 different occasions, anti-submarine warfare aircraft around, these going around Taiwan, all around, Chinese scrambled fighters. I mean, this is brink type operations. The Republic of China is not going to allow them to come in too close or make like they're going to hit them. They can't. They can't afford that. It's not going to happen. But see, here's what's happened. Xi Jinping, the president of China, Presidente of China, is getting more and more bellicose with his language toward China. Of course, we all know he said for some time that he would not rule out the use of force. And I did a video not too long back where I was showing that their amphibious vehicles are being mounted there on the Strait of China. It's almost like, and another thing, in China, it's a daily occurrence now that people, hawks within the CCP are talking about, quite regularly hitting Taiwan, talking about an invasion. They do this quite regularly now. It's daily. And these incursions, the flights around Taiwan, the infractions across this median line are more and more and more frequent with more and more forces. Guys, it only takes an accident. It only takes a misjudgment. Maybe a plane that had a malfunction and went down and gets misinterpreted as being hit. Probably that won't happen. You should know if something's actually been hit. But tensions are high. There's a hair trigger in all of this. Even if it was not intended to escalate something, it could easily happen. And as long as Xi Jinping has been, you know, this wolf warrior, uber ultra nationalist. What is a nationalist? A socialist, by the way. Look it up. As long as he has been very bellicose, you know, with his posturing, he can't exactly back down and keep face. You know how powerful face is in this sphere of the world? It's everything. Face is everything. So this is a real threat. It is a real threat. And not only is this, oh yeah, this even occurred, you know, they were sending their jets there when we sent our Health and Homeland Security chair there, the guy who was Alex Azar. But he went there from the Department of Health and Human Services, excuse me. Department of Health and Human Services. It took me a minute to remember the name of the department, which is a very big department. United States. He's not as far up the pecking order as the Undersecretary of State, but they also scramble jets there. So, you know, this is the biggest officials we've had there in on the island of Taiwan in the Republic of China, formerly known as also the island of Formosa before Chiang Kai-shek went there in 1949 with the Republic of China as they fled the PRC from their formal. Look, the Republic of China was mainland China originally, okay? They're not a breakaway province. Covered that in my video. So I won't be on that too much tonight. But the thing is that these tensions can spiral out of hand immediately. The tensions are real high. I'm going to show you a video. I'm going to show you a video in which Taiwan was basically, the People's Liberation Army was basically trying to say, hey, this is what's going to happen if we have a war with Taiwan and US, blah, 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 blah. They did a video, and pardon me, it's going to take me a second to scroll back to the right tab. I have to kind of minimize things because the, here we go. Yes, I'm going to enlarge this. Now, this is a video from the People's Liberation Army. It's a government video, being not private, as long as you give credit where credit's due to, in this case, the PLA. You know, I can show some short takes on this because governments don't have the copyright. But you do credit them. That's the so-called courtesy. You know, they feel like a lot of courtesy toward the PLA, right? Here we go. Catch this. Apparently, they targeted Guam. Some think it's Anderson Air Force Base that they're depicting here. I think it might actually be the Naval Base Guam, which is US base. All this patriotic, great sounding, beautiful music like this is great, wonderful, glorious thing they're doing. Look, and the guys look at themselves like, oh, it's wondrous, look what we're doing. Launches the missile. Let's get back a little ways. I'm going to show all of this. Fly home, glorious music. And this gets kind of disturbing out here to me. Let's see. So they've done their operation. They just hit the United States base in Guam. And here's how their pilots are reacting. You know, they're just thrilled to death. They're giddy. Look at this big smile. Yeah, we just did it. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, look what we did. Yeah. Smiling, smiling. Really? Like heroes, like astronauts walking away from a space shuttle after landing. Ah, we just completed a great, glorious mission. Really? Okay, that's what they think. I wanted you to see that. I just wanted you to see their, let me stop this share business here. I wanted you to see how they depict this. Ah, this great, wonderful national music, grand thing, and then the attack, and oh wow, we're so happy. And the other guys watching on the cell phone away, yeah, look at this, look at this. You know, the guys, you know, walking and watching it, you know, and then or getting the news, like, yeah, wow, they were just thrilled. The guys were like, ah, look what we just did. We're so happy. That's sick. Hello, PRC. PLA, CCP, buddy, that's sick. What I gotta say. You have that attitude after doing something like that? Yeah, you probably would. Maybe you would. That's what you're depicting. This is the propaganda they're trying to ramp up. You know, in reality, folks, PLA, it ain't gonna be nearly that pretty. No, not close. Okay, guys, there's a lot of tension. You know, that shows their Air Force bombing U.S. bases. As we know, they have their DF-21 and DF-26 missiles, which they refer to as aircraft and Guam killers. They don't name them that kind of stuff for nothing. It might be harder for them to hit an aircraft carrier than they think, but it's still, they have a lot of these missiles. It is not a pretty thing. They're arming up faster. They're building more and more stuff. You see my video with Dr. Peter Vincent Pry. If you want some notion, the most recent one, of their buildup and the danger, the threat it poses, the threat of us not being so prepared on our side, in which we ask the question, have we already lost, or are we already losing World War III as we speak right now? Well, I hope not. I hope not. But we better open our eyes. We better open them real fast. Our greatest hope is that the people in China will say, will discover, you know, hey, that's the CCP isn't working out for us, and they'll just throw them off, throw the yoke off their necks, and aspire for freedom. And then they can reunite with the ROC and have one China under liberty. The ROC being reestablished in mainland as a democratic nation, because they've already established a model. They've got it. They've laid it out. That's what could happen. You know, it's a case that every time historically, when the people have been suffering that bad, that the party has fallen, except for the big starvation some time back. But you know, the revolution that Mao Zedong put upon us. I'm not going to cite numbers this time like I did then, or outcomes, because this platform don't like that. But you know what I mean. I covered it. I did a video on it. So, my friends, be wary. Get ready. We have a city burning in the United States tonight. Well, at least some things going on there. I haven't seen it all. I know the news is that there are riots supposedly. We have a lot of strife here. The elections coming up with the replacement of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We have a lot of tensions internationally. And those seem to be centered pretty squarely around the PRC right now. There's still tensions with Russia. But I would tell you that we really ought to be making peace with Putin and using him as an ally against China. Oh, by the way, on a lighter note, I want to say hi to Vincent Roden, if he's watching. Vincent Roden's mama. Watcher made this for me. She painted this, and unfortunately I kind of boogered it up a little bit getting it out of the packet. Gee, it was in super tight. It was really hard to get out, but it's a beautiful little planetary painting. When you know I am a space guy, and I know that I'm watching this channel. But that's the case. I'm a guy who works space. And I've done military defense, strategic defense. Like a poster back there. That's when I worked on the strategic defense initiative. And I've had the head of that program, the head of Ronald Reagan's Star Wars program, the SDO, Strategic Defense Initiative Office, Ambassador Hank Cooper on this show. We didn't even get 1,000 views. He's the guy who's done most to get grids in this country hardened, because he's got the Carolinas hardened their grids. He's the dean of getting things done. An example of how you can get it done. You don't get 1,000 views, and yet somebody sitting on the front porch. Oh, I think we're going to get an EMP, and you better get Rapport. Yep. Got 18,000 views in just a couple hours. Holy smoke and golly moly. But I know what it is. Yeah, that guy sitting on the front porch, he deserves every one of them views. You need to watch it and hear it. But guys, you need to have been watching Hank Cooper. Why did that not happen? Maybe it's too much truth. Maybe the truth was too powerful. Maybe they don't want you to know. Or maybe it's because I talk too much about topics like the one tonight, which are not a popular topic with this platform. But I try to do it in good spirit, with hope. Hope for the people there. Hope that they get liberty on both sides. Hopeful that it will be peaceful, that these things won't come to pass. But the prospects for that are rapidly diminishing. That's why you need to get ready. That's what this video is about. The prospects are going down very fast. There is this thing I talked about in the past called Thucydides' trap. Thucydides' trap is the description that Graham Allison, Professor Graham Allison, look him up. He's one of the most eminent authorities on these kind of topics in the world. He was writing about Thucydides, the very first historian in the world. He wrote about, at least in recorded history in our world, he wrote about the Peloponnesian Wars. He wrote about the tensions for when a rising power threatened to displace an entrenched power, in this case Athens and Sparta, and how that these tensions lead to war. And he saw that as a trap when this kind of occasion occurs, and it has occurred frequently throughout history. And so he gives an example in the last 500 years how this had 16 occurrences. Of those 16 occurrences, war resulted in 12 of them, fully 3/4. And of those 4 cases it didn't happen, one was a deal brokered by the Pope, and so he basically divided the world between Portugal and Spain. And Solomon's wisdom, chop, cut the baby in half. You get these, then you get this. Oh yeah, thank you. And 2 of them had to do with the United States. Well, one of them had to do with the United States and Great Britain, which we were coming in, and supplanting them, but we were saving their rear ends at the same time, World War II. And another occasion was the rising powers of within the European Union. So they were all still in one big happy union at the time. So you wouldn't expect anything there. The only other occasion was the United States and Russia. But Russia ran out of gas. We had a long Cold War, and they never really could rise to the power of displacement. They just didn't have the economy to do it. So I don't think that one was a valid one. The United States and China don't fit any of these other kind of valid exclusive cases of the 4 that I just mentioned. And we're having trade with them that's disintegrating. And right now, the most dangerous thing of all is the wag the dog prospect. Go back and look again. What I just said about the prospects we're getting overthrown. They know it. The people are not happy. There is unrest in China. They're still having floods. Right now, they're being flooded. It's been going on all summer. Spring, summer, the floods are unrelenting. The food supply is in crisis. The economy is in crisis. The economy went in crisis when the bug went around. It did not help. Now suddenly a lot of countries have got wary because of Xi Jinping's belligerence and are pulling back. They're pulling companies out. They're pulling work out of China. So the Chinese industrial people, the cities, are losing jobs. Their agriculture is going down. The economy is in threat. This is the kind of time when a leader wags the dog. And wag the dog is he tries to distract his people over here by causing something bad over there. And it's a war. So he might just go for this liberation, the reunification with all kinds of, pomp and circumstance, patriotic music as he commits the world to flames. These people don't care about their own power. They don't care about their own people. This is the characteristic of a dictator. It always has been. They don't think rationally in the same terms as a Western leader. Don't ever forget that. As much bad stuff as you want to describe to any Western leader, and there's plenty of it, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts, absolutely. But you take a dictator, and it's going to be far more intense. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, take these things into consideration. Keep your eyes wide open, head on a swivel, share my videos widely. People need to know about this stuff. And get yourself ready. Tough times are coming. And we just got to get ready. Pray that we avert some of this stuff, that we can last a bit longer to get ourselves more ready. Get yourself ready spiritually, physically, mentally, financially, prep-wise, whatever you need. Anyway, everyone, once again, I thank you very much for watching.